founder claims. This right here is an embodied form of the violet ray spectrum.
Tap in and tune in Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern. Live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Grand Rising with ChristoLight, your sacred space for discovering the Ascended Masters in crystal healing. Ashe.
Archangel Raphael's true origins revealed. The green ray secret they don't want you knowing. For centuries, the real story has been hidden from seekers like you. This Tuesday, January 13th, ChristoLight brings clarity. We're diving deep into Raphael's authentic archetype and the mysteries of the green ray. This isn't your typical angel reading, it's sacred knowledge that transforms healing. Join us live on Grand Rising with ChristoLight, Tuesday, January 13th at 9 a.m. Eastern, streaming on Sacred Light Broadcast Network. Don't miss this revelation, your spiritual journey depends on it.
Your spiritual journey depends on it. Grand Rising, grand day. Welcome everybody to a fresh edition and episode of Grand Rising of ChristoLight. The unicorn horn is going strong. I want to wish you all a beautiful day. Today, as we continue in this Archangel sub-series of Grand Rising with ChristoLight, we are going to be continuing into the green ray. And the green ray is represented by the angelic archetype of Archangel Raphael. Now, I'm sure a lot of us have heard of Raphael, connected with Raphael, especially the healing arts, and have also maybe heard about the green flame or the emerald green ray of light. So today we're going to be deep diving into origin, as well as the different perspectives, different cultures of how Raphael had connected, and also the micro level details of what kind of benefits, what kind of service this archetype of Raphael brings into our human lives to be able to interact with. So it's going to be a very esoteric episode. And before we begin diving into Raphael, let's go ahead and take a rewind into last Thursday where we left off.
We're shining the spotlight on the origins and archetype of Archangel Gabriel of the White Ray. Think clarity, think new beginnings, and sacred communication. Expect
the cosmic time cycle. The east-west axis of Aldebaran and Antares as a pair form the demarcation point of east and west that make the circuit through the precision of the equinoxes. This point is measured through the alignments made between these two stars in the sun's path, at their axis of rotation made around the galactic center. When these two stars are paired in a rotational measurement of equal axis alignment, this event marks the opening of the cosmic time cycle. When the Golden Gate activated recently, this reversed the positional movement of the east-west axis as per directed in the divine infinite calculus. This is saying that these stars have changed their positions in the galaxy from their previous time cycle. From the perspective of cosmic time, these stars from the 4 cardinal directions measured in the cosmic time cycle, which are being adjusted to the cosmic compass designed by divine infinite calculus. The new celestial direction in the cosmic time cycle form the crown of the Magi, which is a type of cosmic celestial time calendar that opens infinity. This is why they are referred to as the 4 royal stars. It marked the winter solstice. Formalhat, one of the 4 royal architects, inspires a future vision for an involved humanitarian-based society. Formalhat inspires new ideas and pursuits in the arts, science, technology, and in social issues of the world. So Archangel Gabriel, which is Formalhat's angelic representative, is known to be the being who recited the Quran to Muhammad over a 23-year period.
Common symbols include trumpet or horn, signifying the proclamation of divine messages, sometimes associated with the announcement of the Last Judgment. Lily, representing purity and the message of the Annunciation to Mary. Scroll or book, denoting the revelation of divine truths. White robes or light, symbolizing holiness, purity, and divine authority, linked to emotions, intuition, and the subconscious. Planet, the moon, representing the reflective, nurturing, and psychic aspects of the divine. Direction, west. In ceremonial magic, Gabriel is invoked in the west during rituals.
When to call Gabriel: seeking clarity on life purpose, needing guidance on major decisions, wanting to understand dreams or visions, requesting revelation of hidden truths, asking for prophetic insight. He is also the patron of communication. So he assists in balance with the white, purifying in the center to restore balance and harmony between our throat chakra and sacral. There we are. So that was our last episode, Archangel Gabriel. You guys can check that out on Sacred Light Broadcast Network anytime and watch the replay as well as the rest of this series. Now, I am also a multifaceted holistic practitioner. So you guys can always reach out if you want to book Reiki sessions, you want to uncover your soul origin and your star seed lineage. I also do my own authentic Akashic star seed soul origin meditations. Along with that, I also do life guidance. I help people with their personal shadow work. And I also help people develop new patterns. I create custom guided meditations and much more as well. And I do have a couple of retreats coming up. I have a retreat coming up in May, I have a retreat in May, but I also have one in March, and I just announced the March retreat. Let me go ahead and pull up the flyer for you guys and let you guys check it out. It's gonna be pretty cool. First time, come on. Try one more time. There we go. So yeah, coming up in March 20th to the 22nd. First ever Ascended Masters Spring Equinox Retreat. So this will be on the Spring Equinox. So we'll have 3 days though. You know, we'll be able to go into the equinox, preparing, cleansing, purifying, setting intentions. And then we'll be in the equinox, celebrating, drawing in. And then we'll have a day after the equinox to integrate and bring it all to center. as a community. So this will be in Lake Hope, Ohio. It'll be woven within the Zaleski State Forest. It's also not a big commercial area, so they don't have big buildings and all that stuff. It will be in a cabin stay. There are 8-person cabins. And then plant-based meals, brunches, and dinners provided. And then the type of spaces there will be cacao, sound baths, water ceremony, Kuan Yin tea ceremony, ecstatic dance. And these are all going to be tailored, and they're all going to be themed to different ascended masters and how to connect with the different archetypal energies. So that is going to be coming up in March for the spring equinox, the first time ever. You guys can reach out if you would like to join. I'd love to see you guys there. And then coming up in May, I'm going to be hosting my first ever Costa Rica spring retreat. Check that out.
5 days in Costa Rica paradise with mind, body, emotion ceremonies for only $1,666. I am talking about the Sacred Light Spring Retreat happening May 2nd to 6th at Jocko Beach, hosted by shamanic energy guide Marcus ChristoLight, his queen Rhonda Clark, and his family. Picture this. You are staying right on the beach at Jocko Bay Towers, experiencing sunset sailing, legendary waterfalls, and connecting with sloths and monkeys at Manuel Antonio National Park. Your days are filled with cacao ceremonies, beach yoga, divine union teachings, and sound baths, while your evenings feature heart-made vegan meals and bioluminescent adventures. Airport transportation included, payment plans available, but you will need your passport ready. For just $1,666, you get 5 transformative days with your soul tribe. Quick spaces are limited, so register through the Jotform link below or visit li.sten.2 Sacred Light Retreats. Questions? Email marcus@marcus.23@gmail.com. See you in paradise this spring. Wholeness, balanced love.
Yeah, that's right. Costa Rica, Yaco Beach. Come on out. Reach out if you have questions. We'd love to see you guys there. 1,600 for 5 days and 5 nights. Condo on the beach. Provided brunches and dinners, plant-based. Excursions in nature. Connecting with wild animals. Being in that beautiful water. I mean, the waterfalls. Don't even give me waterfalls. So reach out if you guys have questions. Love to see you guys there. Welcome in, everyone. Grand rising to you. Feel free to express yourself in the comments throughout these episodes. Know that this is a space of community and that you have a voice and wisdom as well. Do, do, do. A little bit of white sage for you guys. Probably fellow 20 since we're working with Gray today. Light up. Happy wake and bake. Grand day to you. Look, I got the green in here too. And I hit this intentionally to help open up the heart center and to be able to connect more deeply into these frequencies of Raphael. So may you set a intention or similar as well. All right. I love working with Archangel Raphael. One of the most worked with archangels that I've worked with. Absolutely. Especially being a Reiki practitioner. All right. Let's dive in. Archangel Raphael, complete guide on mysticchrist.com. Who is Archangel Raphael? Archangel Raphael stands as the supreme healer of the divine, the restorer of wholeness, and humanity's guide to physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual wellness. While Michael wields the sword of protection, Gabriel carries the trumpet of revelation. Raphael holds the staff of healing, mending what is broken, restoring what is damaged, and guiding souls toward complete wellness. Raphael's name, Raphael in Hebrew, translates to God's heal, or God heals, or healing of God. This reveals Raphael's essence, the power to restore wholeness through divine grace, to guide through health and wellness, and facilitate healing on all levels of being. Unlike warrior angels who defend through force, or messenger angels who communicate through words, Raphael operates through restoration and integrate. I just got like a big sweep of Raphael. Operates through restoration and integration. He doesn't fight illness, he heals it with divine energy. He doesn't just remove symptoms, he restores complete wellness. He doesn't force change, he guides the natural healing process. I'll read that again. And I want to also invite us to think about this from within ourselves. So picture that you are these attributes of Raphael, and that through your actions and thoughts that align with what we're about to read, this is also how you personally can help release and relieve illness, disease, through allowing natural divine energy. So he doesn't fight illness, he heals it with divine energy. So that's like step one, mindset. Am I trying to fight an illness? Is that my perception of what it is that I'm experiencing? Or am I just restoring my wholeness, restoring my balance, without needing to fight, without needing to feel like the defect I'm having is completely negative, but it's just energy that I'm going to alchemize. So he doesn't just remove symptoms, he restores complete wellness. He doesn't force change, he guides the natural healing process. Raphael's origins across sacred traditions. So in Jewish mysticism, the healer and guide. In Jewish tradition, Raphael appears most prominently in the book of Tobit. In the book of Tobit, Raphael appears disguised as human traveler Azariah, guides young Tobias on journey to collect debt, teaches Tobias to use fish organs for healing, heals Tobit's blindness with fish scale, heals Sarah from demonic oppression, reveals true identity. I am Raphael, one of the 7 angels who stand ready and enter before the glory of the Lord. In rabbinic tradition, he is the healer of Abraham, healed Abraham after circumcision, healer of Jacob, healed Jacob's thigh after wrestling with angel, protector of travelers, guides and protects those on journeys, guardian of the tree of life, protects access to healing and eternal life. In Kabbalistic, he is associated with Tiferet, beauty or harmony, or Had, glory and splendor, central pillar between mercy and severity, represents the air element, breath, life, and prana. Direction is the east, sunrise, new beginnings, and renewal, and then represents divine healing and restoration of balance. Christian theology, the divine physician. Christianity elevates Raphael as the supreme healing angel. In the Bible, it references the book of Tobit, mentioned as one of the 7 angels before God's throne, associated with healing pool at Bethesda. In Catholic Orthodox tradition, he is the patron of healers, physicians, nurses, pharmacists, travelers, the blind, happy meetings, and Christian marriage. The feast day is on September 29th, shared with Michael and Gabriel. The symbols through Catholic Orthodox for Raphael is staff, fish, medicine bottle, and pilgrim staff. The artistic depiction, the young man with staff, often with fish or medicine bottle, sometimes with wings. So the 4 offices of Raphael. Number 1, healer, restores physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual health. Number 2, he's a guide that protects and directs travelers on journeys. Number 3, a teacher, instructs in healing arts and natural medicine. Number 4, matchmaker, facilitates healthy relationships and marriages. Islamic tradition, Israfil, the angel of the trumpet. Oh, interesting. I'm not sure why they're showing that. It's not fully associated. So esoteric and metaphysical traditions, or mystical traditions. We have Hermetic and ceremonial magic. Raphael guards the east, the air quarter, invoked in lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, associated with Mercury, communication, healing, and travel. Element is air. Sephira is Tiferet, beauty, harmony, and heart center. Theosophy and New Age. Raphael is the healing ray or energy, the green ray of healing and abundance, patron of energy healers, Reiki practitioners, and alternative medicine, guide for holistic wellness and natural healing. Raphael's attributes and symbolism. Hydration check for everybody. All right, so now we're going to talk about the symbols and the kind of attributes and energies that the symbols can bring into your conscious field. So we have the staff, or the caduceus wand. It has healing power, divine authority, support, and guidance. Symbolic layers, the staff, support during journey, authority of healer, channel for healing energy. The caduceus, 2 serpents around staff, wisdom and healing. The wings, divine origin. The rod of Asclepius, single serpent, medical symbol, healing through divine wisdom. Practical application. Visualize Raphael's staff channeling healing energy into you. Imagine staff supporting you during difficult healing journey. Use staff imagery for grounding healing work, symbol of Raphael's authority over illness. So I will say, I have had an experience with a guy before with their caduceus wand, but it was not Raphael. It was actually Thoth the Atlantean. And I connected with Thoth, and I was in meditation, and all of a sudden I felt the crystal that was sitting on my third side by a force that was not from internal of me. And when I felt it on the external slide it out, I could feel the presence of the guy Thoth. And I telepathically started communicating with the guide of Thoth. So it's really interesting, the beautiful interactions we can have with these dimensions through our own consciousness. All right, so now the fish. Fish represents healing through natural means, transformation and abundance. In the Book of Tobit, fish organs are used for healing, natural medicine, healing through God's creation, not just supernatural intervention. That's so key right there. It's talking about natural medicine as God's creation. I mean, that right there says it all. Natural medicine is a way to heal through God's creation. Wow. Right there for us. So abundance. Fish are symbols of plenty and nourishment. Transformation. Fish from water to land. Element transformation. Practical application. Invoke Raphael for guidance on natural healing methods. Use fish imagery for holistic wellness work. Symbol of healing through nature's gifts. Represents Raphael's practical, grounded approach. The medicine bottle or herbs. Healing remedies, natural medicine, and divine pharmacy. Practical application. Invoke Raphael before taking medicine or supplements. Ask for guidance on which remedies to use. Bless medications with Raphael's energy. Use for herbalism and natural medicine work. How cool is that? The pilgrim staff and gourd. This represents travel, journey, and protection on the road. Practical application. Invoke before travel for protection. Ask for guidance on life's journey. Used for both physical and spiritual travel. Symbol of Raphael as companion and guide. And then the healing green light. I'm just going to skip down to here. The sacred colors. I'm just about to talk about it. And if you guys have any comments to add, feel free to add your comments. All right, so the sacred colors of Raphael. we have emerald green, which is the healing and the heart energy. Primary association, healing energy, heart chakra, nature, growth, and renewal. Why green? Well, the heart chakra, Raphael's healing center. Nature and growth, natural healing. Balance and harmony, restoration of equilibrium. Life force and vitality, health and wellness. Practical application, wear green when seeking healing. Use green candles and Raphael rituals or healing spaces. Green altar cloth for Raphael space. Visualize green light for healing. And then gold, divine healing power. Divine light, sacred healing, spiritual wellness, and illumination. Why gold? Glory and sacred status, healing as divine gift, light and illumination, precious and valuable. As I say, health is wealth. Practical application, gold ascents on green altar, gold jewelry for Raphael work. Visualize golden light mixing with green, combine green and gold for complete healing. Yellow, mental clarity and joy. Mental healing, clarity, joy, optimism, and solar plexus. Why yellow? Clarity and focus, joy and optimism, personal power and digestion, sunlight, natural healing force. Yellow candles for mental healing, yellow for emotional uplift. Visualize yellow light for mental clarity, used for depression or mental fog. And then white, purity and complete healing. Pure healing light, complete wellness and divine grace. Contains all colors, purity and cleansing, divine light and grace, angelic essence. Practical application, white candles for general healing, combined with green for Raphael work. Visualize white light for purification. I love how detailed this stuff is. Like, this is great. Again, this is mysticchrist.com. And it covers like all religions, all cultures, and this gives the history of how these different archetypes have been interacted with. So Raphael's role in spiritual practice: divine healer, restoring wholeness. Primary function, healing on all levels. How Raphael heals: with the physical, through illness, injury, chronic conditions and pain. Emotional, trauma, grief, heartbreak, anxiety and depression. Mental, confusion, mental illness, cognitive issues and stress. Spiritual, disconnection, spiritual crisis, and loss of faith. Raphael's healing method: pours healing energy, green gold light, guides to right treatments and healers, supports natural healing processes, restores balance and harmony, integrates all aspects of being. When to call on Archangel Raphael: when we have any illness or injury, before or after surgery or medical procedures, chronic health conditions, emotional healing from trauma, mental health support, addiction recovery, spiritual molasses or disconnection. I said molasses. Spiritual malice. So Raphael assists as the patron of healers, medical professionals, alternative healers, therapists, caregivers, and anyone helping others heal. How Raphael helps healers: guides diagnosis and treatment, channels healing energy through practitioner, protects healer from absorbing patient's energy, provides wisdom and insight, prevents burnout and compassion fatigue. Wow, that's really good to know. Protector of travelers, helps on the physical journeys, spiritual, emotional transformations and healing processes, as well as the mental journey of learning, growing, and exploration. Prevents accidents and delays, guides to safe routes and accommodations, protects from illness while traveling, ensures safe arrival, provides companionship. And then here's an invocation that you can use for Raphael when it comes to travel. Archangel Raphael, protector of travelers, I ask for your guidance and protection on this journey. Keep me safe from harm, illness, and delay. Guide me to my destination safely. Thank you. All right. So Raphael is the facilitator of healthy relationships. Raphael's relationship of healing heals relationship wounds and conflicts, guides to healthy partnerships, supports marriage and committed relationships, heals family dynamics, restores broken connections. When to call Raphael for relationships: seeking a healthy romantic partner, healing from breakup or divorce, improving communication and relationship, family conflict resolution, friendship healing. So signs of Raphael's presence. Green or gold flashes, sparkles or orbs, see medical symbols or caduceus, fish imagery appearing, healing herbs or plants catching attention, physical sensations, warmth or tingling in areas needing healing, sudden relief from pain or discomfort, feeling of gentle hands on body, energy flowing through you, sense of wellness and vitality, intuitive emotional signs, sudden knowing about health issue or treatment, feeling guided to a specific healer or remedy, sense of peace about health situation, emotional healing or release, feeling held and supported, synchronistic signs, meeting right healer at right time, finding perfect remedy or treatment, health improving unexpectedly, repeated encounters of Raphael's name, green appearing prominently in life, offerings and devotions that you may utilize, altar offerings, green candles, fresh herbs like basil, rosemary, mint, and healing plants. You have healing crystals. You have malachite, green aventurine, emerald, and jade. And then I actually have my malachite right here. And I'm going to use this malachite later on for our guided Reiki. Really cool piece of malachite. And it's got the double pointed sides. Anybody a Malachite fan? Malachite is such a very unique stone. So yeah, there's some crystals to connect with Gabriel or Raphael. And then medicine or supplements blessed by Raphael. The fish imagery, then gold items. Devotional practices, daily prayer. You can do you can do a daily prayer where you invocate for health and wellness. And then healing work. Dedicate your healing practice to Raphael. Service, helping others heal as offering to Raphael. Gratitude. Thank Raphael for health and healing. Then study. Learn the healing arts in Raphael's honor. His feast day again is on September 29th and is also celebrated with Michael and Gabriel. Celebrate with healing rituals and gratitude. This is really wild to think about from the standpoint of our society with religion, our diets, and so much more. So it's even talking about here that in Jewish Tobit narrative and Christian healing traditions and modern energy healing, Raphael core functions, have to do with things like natural medicine. So how wild is that? That it's saying here that in old Christian, Jewish traditions, they supported and were all about natural medicines. Natural medicines through fish, through herbs, through creation of God, the creator, they had said. So how is it that we have, all these Jewish hospitals and Christian hospitals and things of that nature, but they push away natural alternative medicine? That seems a little odd. No judgment, but as an observer, that's just something that I feel like it's to be thought about. Because how is it that the natural things of creation are all throughout these sacred texts being utilized, but today, those that are with those identities of these religions uphold facilities and hospitals and propaganda that is just not in alignment with natural alternative medicines from God's creation. That's strange, but we're going to take a break on the reading and check out a video.
Raphael, the healer, the giver of health, the angel of compassion, the Lord of the sun, the angel of the west and of the west wind, he who rules over the element of air. He is the chief guardian angel of the tree of life, a prince of the cherubim, and of the dominations, and of the order of virtues. He is one of the 70 amulet angels invoked during childbirth. The Kabbalah calls him the angel of Hod, the splendor of the Sephiroth. He is one of the 7 angels of revelation, and among the 7 angels who stand before the glory of the Lord. He is a ruling prince of the second heaven, the governor of the day of Wednesdays. It is he who gives knowledge of the science and art of healing. Raphael originated from the lore of the Chaldeans, in southern Babylon, and is said to preside over the healing of the diseases and injuries of the children of men. The Zohar says he is charged with healing the earth. It is through him the earth becomes a favorable abode for mankind. The Jews say Raphael was first called Labiel, when God first formed him, and was given his current name, when he agreed to God's command on the creation of man. Like the archangel he is described as having many pairs of wings, some say 6 wings, each of them bearing as many eyes as there are men in the world. According to the Book of Enoch, as well as the Zohar, and the legends of the Jews, Raphael is not only the angel of healing and of light, he is also the prince of Hades, a king in the eastern part of the underworld, ruling alongside Uriel, who is the prince of Tartarus. He is charged with handling the souls of the departed, who have been deemed guilty by Metatron, the judge, and cast into the abyss by Gabriel, the punisher. When he attends to the matters of the underworld and the souls of the dead, Raphael goes by the name Azariah. So says the Book of Tobit. For this very reason, the Zohar calls him one of the many kings of hell, equating him specifically to the hellish king, Baal, or Baal, who rules in the eastern region of the underworld, with 66 legions of spirits under his command. But how? How could a renowned angel of light become entangled with the dark realm of the underworld and the fiery pit of hell? Many would ask. If there is one thing these sources agree with, it is that just because Raphael is a keeper of the underworld, does not mean he is evil. He is a spirit charged by the Supreme with handling the souls of the dead, much like Metatron and Gabriel, presiding specifically over sinful souls who have been cast into the realm of darkness and the fires of hell. He executes the will of the Supreme upon these damned souls, be it to grant the chance of rebirth, or damn them to eternal destruction. Perhaps, this is a task that cannot be entrusted to the fallen angel kings of the fiery realm of hell, who rebelled against the God of the angels, and so forth, are free-willed, and bear no allegiance towards him. There is a story of how Raphael overcame the great demon Asmodeus, who claimed ownership of a young beautiful woman and her abandoned household, killing any suitor who dared to approach her. Once upon a time, in the Book of Tobit, there was a pretty maiden, called Sarah, who lived in the city of Ecbatana, in the land of Media. Except for her parents, Raguel and Edna, Sarah was hated and reproached by the servants of her household, most especially the female servants. Why was that? Because 7 times did Sarah marry, and 7 times was she widowed, for Asmodeus had fallen in love with her, killing each one of her husbands on their wedding night, before they even had the chance to touch their newly wedded bride. On a fateful day, one of the maids of the house told Sarah, saying, "Look here, you husband killer. You've already had 7 husbands, and none of them lived long enough to give you a son, because you killed them all. Why don't you join your dead husbands in the grave? I hope we never see a child of yours." Depressed and in tears, Sarah cried out to the God of the heavens, to free her from the shackles of he who held her against her will, or grant her a swift death instead, so she would never hear the unbearable insults of people again. The cries of Sarah were heard, and her prayers were answered, for God sent Raphael to her rescue, and to expel the demon who troubled her. Tobias, the son of Tobit, and cousin to Sarah, came to fall in love with Sarah, and was chosen to be her next husband. But for the fear of what had happened to her previous suitors, Tobias would not have anything to do with her. And right there, did Raphael interfere, for the angel visited the house of Tobias and his father Tobit, disguised as a mortal man, and encouraged Tobias to carry on with his plans to marry Sarah. On their way to the home of Sarah, the angel had Tobias catch a huge fish by the river. This was no ordinary fish. It was the glanos, the same fish the great Asmodeus deeply despised. Raphael instructed Tobias, saying, "Cut out the heart and the liver of the fish, and keep it with you. The heart and liver can be burned, and used to chase away a demon, or an evil spirit that is tormenting someone. The attacks will stop immediately, and the person will never be troubled again." And so, Tobias wedded Sarah, and did exactly as instructed by the angel, burning an incense of the heart and liver of the glanos fish in their chambers. As the couple slept that night, Asmodeus appeared in their chambers to eliminate this insolent young man, who dared to take on his bride. Did he not know who he was up against? And did he not know what would befall him? But as soon as Asmodeus entered their bedroom, he caught the scent of the burning fish, and it so much repulsed him, that he forever fled from the life of Sarah, into the land of Egypt. The book of Tobit says it was Raphael who banished him to that place. Finding a new place in the land of Egypt, where the people revered and worshipped him as a god, Asmodeus would have no need to return to Sarah, and she would be free from him, forever.
So how was that video for you guys? I hope you enjoyed and were able to come to an even more deeper visual connection of this archetype and this representation of the divine that Raphael represents. And keep in mind too that we are all representations of the divine. Now, the vibrational frequency and the kind of archetypal makeup that you represent as the divine experiencing itself through its own creation, that's going to be up to your unique blueprint and codes. So when we learn about each other and we learn about these different quote unquote guides, which is all self, then we're just learning about different angles, different ways of using the supreme energy of its own self. So it's literally just experimenting with its own self through different forms. And that is what we call God, source, creator. But the whole point of the individual journey is to have your own free will and to be able to experience different angles of its own self. But you get the ability, and this is what the gift of life is to have your own individual soul, to be able to co-create. And that's like very, very like deep and hard to really articulate fully through our human words, you know, what that is and what that looks like. So before we get ready to close on out and finish up the reading, let's go ahead and take another commercial break.
While others mass produce with chemicals and shortcuts, one stay-at-home mama chose a different path. Jade spends months researching each ingredient, carefully sifting everything at least twice, testing every single product on herself before offering it to anyone else. She hand cuts poster cards, captures every photo, adjusts recipes until they're perfect. 6 to 8 hours of love goes into each batch. This is Jade's Wellness Trade, where organic, plant-based products aren't just made, they're crafted with a mother's dedication. No animals harmed, no chemicals hidden, just pure, superior alternatives to what they're selling you in stores. Because the collective deserves better, and Jade's mission? To eventually teach you how to make these yourself. Visit jadeswellnesstrade.my.canva.site and discover what Mama Made really means.
Mama Made. So that is Jade Wellness, organic home products. Jade is in our Sacred Kingdom community. And if you guys actually just go to this QR code up on the screen, this QR code will take you directly to our Sacred Kingdom community link page directory. And this link page directory allows you to be able to browse at your own leisure all the different practitioners and services. We have a crystal shop, Jade's organic home products, sourdough bread, and more, all on this link page that you guys can access and purchase at your own leisure. All right. Let's get ready to close this out. To finish up our reading, the constant unification perspective across Jewish, Tobit narrative, Christian healing tradition, and modern energy healing. Raphael's core functions remain invariant constants. Healing role restores physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual health in a universal standpoint. Travel protection guides and protects journeys. Natural medicine uses God's creation for healing. Companion and guide, personal and accessible presence. Green and gold colors, healing energy and divine light. Different traditions use different frameworks. Kabbalistic, so forth. Christian theology, energy healing. But they're different calculation methods revealing the same truth constant. Raphael is the supreme healer, restorer of wholeness, and guide to complete wellness. This isn't cultural borrowing or symbolic correspondence. It's independent validation of the same angelic intelligence operating across human history. Raphael exists as a real conscious entity with specific healing functions, regardless of what tradition describes him. Oh, I love that. Such a great way to describe our guides and these different dimensional beings. Is that one belief system. They are a universal force that is assimilated and experienced through a multitude of dimensions into our consciousness of this third dimensional realm. And I love it too that it says, no, it's not about borrowing or mimicking. It's just all intelligence being expressed through different cultures and ways to be able to relate and reach different people, bringing unification through the connection. because we all have diversity, you know? We are diverse in the ways that we relate, connect, and communicate. So that diversity comes for the way that these higher dimensional beings interact with us. So conclusion, your divine healer. Raphael isn't distant or inaccessible. He is the healing presence of the divine, available to all who ask, regardless of illness, injury, or suffering. Every time you feel sudden relief from pain, find the right healer or treatment, experience unexpected healing, feel guided towards wellness, sense support during recovery, Raphael is present, channeling divine healing energy into your being. Building relationship with Raphael requires trust, believing in divine healing power, openness, receiving healing energy and guidance, action, following guidance to healers and treatments, gratitude, honoring the healing received, service, helping others heal. Raphael was healing for you, has healing for you, energy waiting to restore you, guidance ready to lead you to wellness. Are you ready to receive it? Wow. How beautiful. And again, this was at mysticchrist.com. And I do have that down below in the description for you guys right now. So you can go check this out at any time. Utilize any of this information at your free will. And that is Archangel Raphael. Phew. How beautiful. So with that closing Reiki energy share, and we're going to connect with Raphael in this green ray. We have our malachite stone. If you want to grab any of your green stones, such as malachite, moldavite, jade, aventurine, emerald, feel free. And also you could burn some Palo Santo or some sage if you would. All right. So as we get ready, you may relax the body. If you're in motion, that is okay as well. Just allow the mind to know that you're open to receiving. You may relax your shoulders down to the side. You may relax the jaw and the teeth. Relaxing the toes and the fingers. We're just going to gently glide the breath through the nose. Draw down our body to the heart center and feel that breath swirling and oxygenating the green energy of the heart. And then exhaling any debris with love. Breathing in down to the heart center, breathing out with love. Continuing to focus on this breath through the heart center, cycling the breath gently through the nose to the heart center and out of the mouth. Becoming more gentle and gentle with each breath. Just feeling the body become oxygenated and relieved. Just allowing the breath to now casually cycle As we breathe, we begin to feel the presence of Raphael. Connecting with any of the symbolism of Raphael, the fish, caduceus, the staff.
Healer. Christo.
Breathing the green ray as it fills the body in all directions through the heart. As the heart rotates and spirals, it fountains green rays filling the body. Oneasi na koto na ya ne shunu kono mate ne ya na toye na ka na toye ne te. Deep conscious breaths. Inside of our mind, reminding ourselves that we are restoring our wholeness in this living matrix. Our mind, body, emotion, spiritual connection is clearing and balancing. Little Palo Santo energy. Like we just went through a deep cleaning at the doctor. The spiritual doctor. The doctor of doctors, Raphael. Just feeling the joy and the gift of abundance, renewal, alchemy. Raphael is a great teacher of science, arts, and healing. It's holding gratitude in our heart centers. Maybe even bring your hands to prayer pose at the heart. Relax the shoulders. Take a couple breaths if needed. And I invite you to set an intention for the rest of this day. Maybe it's an intention to receive guidance and to be open to Raphael. Maybe you have an ailment, mentally, emotionally, or physically, that you could use balancing with, or restoration. Take it one last final breath. Breathing through the heart. Namaste. Thank you guys for joining me on this episode of Grand Rising with ChristoLight. I am Marcus ChristoLight of Sacred Light. Reach out if you need any assistance on your journey of sacred healing, or if you also would like some production, podcasting, content creating, things of that nature. Keep an eye out. Follow me on my socials. Subscribe on the YouTube channel, Sacred Light Broadcast Network. And I keep everything updated. I do a weekly schedule, weekly broadcast schedule as well, with daily lives. And I also host retreats and events in online spaces. So you follow me on my socials, you guys will be able to keep up and be able to be in tune with what it is that I'm offering and have available. So if you don't hear it from anybody today, I just want to let you guys know that you're loved, filled with divine beauty that far exceeds any negative thoughts or flaws about yourself. And just know that you are exactly where you need to be. You can make the change in this moment and switch up the mindset to create a new projection for yourself. With that being said, on tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern for the next episode, Wholeness.